And welcome to 13 News at Noon. We're here with Sean Ash, who's tracking the weather today. We were talking about how cold it was going to be this morning. It was frosty, but with no wind, it really was just kind of a crisp, cool, beautiful morning.
As it should be for November. And you just throw on the heavier coat, and we're up to almost 60 degrees. That is the big difference, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, yes, obviously the temperatures are going to be about 10 degrees cooler than yesterday, but there isn't that stiff breeze. So, and plenty of sunshine to enjoy. So get out there, take advantage. We do have some rain that's on the way here as we go into tomorrow morning. I'll have more on that in a little bit here. Someone's turned the lights off on our camera there in Brown County. We know you're seeing sunshine as well. Hey, Bainbridge, good afternoon. Carmel here in downtown Indy. You can see that camera, it's moving just a little bit, but not nearly as strong as it was yesterday. Temperatures at this hour, 56 there in Indy. If you recall, we had the gusts that were well over 30 during the day yesterday. It's a little more calmer. We got this area of high pressure that's sitting over us. That's what brought us the frosty start this morning. It's what's providing the sunshine, and temperatures compared to 24 hours ago, 10 degrees colder. So we were telling you yesterday we'd hit about 70, today a little closer to 60 degrees. Look at all of that bright sky that's over us. This high's departing. Here comes the next frontal system. This will bring us some rain. We've got a third one, and that third one's going to bring us the coldest day of the season and the first flakes. All of it will be covered in your 7-day forecast.
Sean, thank you. We'll check back. In the meantime, we do have some breaking news for you. Breaking here in central Indiana. It was just within the last half hour that we here at 13 News have learned that Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita filed a lawsuit against IPS, saying that the school district interfered with federal immigration enforcement. The AG says the district currently has policies that are in place right now that limit ICE access to school grounds and blocks employees from assisting officers or sharing information. In this newly filed lawsuit, the AG specifically references a case back in January where he says that IPS staff interfered with ICE efforts to deport someone that his office says is here illegally. Rokita issued a warning to IPS then in February, telling the school district here in Indianapolis to end its policies or potentially face legal action. And now today, that lawsuit is filed. We're looking live right now in the nation's capital on the East Coast at the U.S. Capitol building as the longest government shutdown in U.S. history continues. The impact is widespread, including air travel. Right now, the air travel industry is dealing with staffing shortages and long lines, all due to the shutdown. As a result, the FAA is now making changes and cutting flights across 40 airports. The Indianapolis airport is one of the 40 on the list. So the plan is to cut the air traffic by 10% in these 40 high-volume markets. The goal is to give a break to some of the fatigued and overworked air traffic controllers. Those are workers remaining on the job, although they have yet to receive a paycheck ever since that shutdown started on the 1st of October. We have the entire list of 40 airports posted for you that are impacted by these high-volume markets. It's listed at WTHR.com. Look under Seen on 13. And a developing story right now, Hoosiers who receive federal food benefits are facing yet another hurdle during the shutdown. The Indiana Family and Social Services Administration now tells 13 News that the SNAP benefits for people in Indiana are delayed now at least a week. The Trump administration says it's going to be using a contingency fund to partially fund SNAP nationwide. That partial funding means that the states now have to recalculate what every household will receive. That takes time. A shutdown solution is now slowing after some big election wins for the Democrats this week. Democrats are now insisting any deal to end the shutdown must include a fix for health care. President Trump, meantime, says he's not going to talk about that until the government reopens. The standoff continues. And so during this back and forth right now here in Indiana, there's a Democratic state rep that is asking some township trustees to step in and help fill the gap. State Rep Ed Delaney says that the townships here statewide have rainy day funds, and they could use those funds to help the SNAP recipients living in their jurisdictions. According to Delaney, the Indiana Township Association says there is a legal basis for trustees to provide food assistance when there are emergencies like a federal disruption of their benefits. Delaney says many of the trustees have the funds to do it.
I want all the trustees to look into their accounts and look into their consciences and decide whether they're going to help people. Now, it's not necessarily easy, but it can be done and the resources are there.
Per Delaney, trustees have two options. They can either write a check to food banks that are located in their township, and that will help people who've lost their SNAP benefits, or they could take the path of writing checks directly to those who were supposed to receive SNAP benefits. Earlier, we talked about this projected widespread travel delay in the air because of the shutdown and the impact that the their shutdown is going to have. All of this is coming right before the busy holiday travel season. Right now, travelers are expected to be at an all-time high this year, according to data that's in from Airlines for America, estimating more than 31 million people will be flying Thanksgiving week. In fact, that Sunday and Monday are expected to be the busiest days, with up to 3 million passengers a day. Now to the latest out of Louisville. Investigators say the UPS plane crash Tuesday in Louisville killed 12 people, including a child. The plane crashed moments after takeoff. It burst into flames and created a long path of destruction and a massive cloud of smoke over Louisville and southern Indiana. Investigators say they do now have the plane's black box. They believe an engine caught fire and then fell off. UPS did resume operations last night. In fact, the first flights are set to arrive today. Now to Bloomington, where students at IU on campus on high alert as police there are reporting a troubling trend. University police are now warning about a spike in sexual assault reports. And as Ashton Hackman now explains, it comes as more Greek houses there are seeing pauses in social events on the Bloomington campus.
In just 3 days on the IU Bloomington campus, IU police received 3 separate sexual assault reports from over Halloween weekend. 2 of the assaults allegedly happened inside on-campus residence halls. A third reportedly occurred inside Chi Phi fraternity. It prompted IUPD to issue this crime alert to students. Police say they know the suspect in all 3 cases, and one of them is not affiliated with IU. Senior Mallory Stewart saw the alert and said she already takes precautions at parties on campus.
I tend to always stay with my friends just to ensure that we're all together, and also never setting our cups down. I feel like I can't go out and not worry because I don't know what someone's going to put in my cup, or I lose one of my friends. You just never know.
This time of year on college campuses is known as the red zone, the window from the start of the academic year to Thanksgiving break, when sexual assault reports are typically at their highest. So far this academic year, police have investigated 19 separate sexual assault reports at IU Bloomington. 3 of those allegedly happened inside IU Greek houses, which are already under close eye from IU admins. There's currently 5 IU fraternities facing a suspension of activities for hazing or endangering others: Alpha Epsilon Pi, Beta Chi Theta, Phi Kappa Psi, Chi Phi, and Sigma Phi Epsilon. In the past, the university has suspended all of Greek life for a spike in sexual assaults as recently as March, something Stewart said could help again.
Helps hold the people accountable for what they did wrong, and makes the people, when they put Greek life on pause, makes them realize, can't be doing this anymore, it's going to happen again.
IU and police now reviewing each case and directing survivors to resources. In Bloomington, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
And a developing story now new at noon. One of the victims in the shooting at the Havita Lounge over the Halloween weekend now is facing and filing a civil lawsuit. The attorney in the case is Hamid Sahir, and he says his firm is now hired to represent a man who was shot during the incident and some others who were in the lounge that night. This lawsuit alleges negligence for failing to screen for weapons at the entry. It names the lounge owner, the security company, and the event promoter as defendants. Right now, we're getting word of this new lawsuit being filed, and we're reaching out to both parties for further comment. Keep it here for follow-ups throughout the day. Also happening today, the Monumental Health and Fitness Expo kicking off ahead of the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon set for this weekend on Saturday. Organizers estimate that the race brought in more than $11 million for Indianapolis last year, and it all kicks off in 2025 over at the Expo today at 4 o'clock. In fact, from 4 to 7, runners can check out the activities and pick up their packets and all they need for the race at the Indiana Convention Center. And packet pickup continues tomorrow. Race day is Saturday. More than 17,000 participants will start that 26.2-mile course that kicks off near the State House. Then it winds through downtown, so do expect some road closures on Saturday and if you're out and about downtown.